Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up weekdays. Catch us live somebody. Let's go.
Good morning. Good afternoon and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope this show finds you in good spirits. Hope this show is making you smile. I don't know. But anyway, guys, we got some crazy stuff that's going on in the world right now. A global IT outage is happening right now as we speak. And it's been insane. A lot of people are wondering, is this some sort of cyber attack? Is this happening right after what happened just this past weekend? Is this all part of some crazy, sinister plot to try to make the world just go up in a ball of fire? I know a lot of people are wondering all these things and so much more. We're going to get straight into this very, very shortly. So please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Crush it. If you're watching on other platforms, crush that reaction button. That'll be greatly appreciated. And if you are on those other platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X/Twitter, please follow me on all those platforms. Please and thank you. We got a whole lot of stuff coming your way today and over the next couple days as well on those platforms. Please be sure to crush that subscribe button on this channel if you're watching on YouTube. And of course, if you're like to, please go over to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Gonna have a lot of stuff coming to you guys today over there on the secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. So please be sure to crush that subscribe button, please and thank you. Of course, if you want to support the channel, hit that join button down below. Become a member of the family. These purple lights don't pay for themselves, so it'd be appreciated if you became a part of the family. And of course, if you want to support even further, go check out Patreon, patreon.com/The Pascal Show. So please go check that out as well. Become a patron, support the channel if you can. That'd be greatly appreciated. Anyway, we got to get into this, guys. Wow, this is some crazy stuff. Okay, so what a couple days. It's been one hell of a week, hasn't it? Is it Friday yet? Because I feel like every day is a case of the Mondays, okay? This has been absolutely insane, okay? And of course, we are still deep diving and reporting information revolving around the tragedy that happened at this Trump rally in Pennsylvania this past weekend. But it's been a barrage of information surrounding that. Now, we got these kind of things going on. We got this, right? Largest IT outage in history. Some people are saying this is a global IT outage, right? Or a global outage. They have grounded planes, thousands and thousands of flights. Offices are kind of like up in arms, all right? Hospitals, medical offices as well. Everything has gone belly up. And we're all trying to understand why this happened. We're going to talk about this. Was it because of a software update? Like what? That it shut down everything? Planes ain't in the sky no more? What's going on? And this is happening all around the world. Okay? Like Pitbull, worldwide. Haha. Why does he always do that haha in every song? But anyway, crazy, right? Worldwide. Everything has been grounded. Offices, hospitals, planes, everything. Let's look at this article. We got a bunch of things to get into, but please, guys, I see you guys coming in, showing some support. I really do appreciate it. Do not forget, hit that like button down below. Hit that follow button if you're watching on other platforms. And of course, hit that subscribe button. All right? Let's get into this. All right. Largest IT outage in history. Okay. History. So and it's leaving the world reeling. Okay. Leaving the world in a panic. Okay. Scary. Financial services and doctors' offices were disrupted on Friday while TV broadcasters went offline as businesses worldwide grappled with an ongoing major IT outage. Air travel has been particularly hit, with planes grounded, services delayed, and airports issuing advice to passengers. Earlier on Friday, today, cybersecurity giant CrowdStrike. We're going to talk about CrowdStrike. We're going to understand what's going on. Okay? We're going to talk about that. But CrowdStrike experienced a major disruption, the company told NBC, following an issue with its latest tech update. I feel that's fitting now because this is digital and it's get it, that soundbite and all that. Okay, we're going to move on though. Okay. You know, we have jokes today from time to time. So the company's CEO, George Kurtz, has since said that the company is actively working with customers impacted by a defect found in a single content update for Windows hosts, stressing that Mac and Linux hosts are not affected. You know, now Steve Jobs is just doing this proudly in his grave right now. He's like, yeah, how you like me now, you Android Windows mother lovers? Now you miss me. Now you love Apple. So Apple and Linux, which I don't know many people who use Linux, but with all due respect, maybe somebody uses Linux. I don't know. But Apple isn't being affected by this software update, which is really interesting, right? Really, really interesting. Okay? This is not a security incident or cyber attack. The issue has been identified, isolated, and a fix has been deployed. This is what he said on social media. Okay? Separately, Microsoft Cloud services were restored after an outage, the company said on Friday, even as many users continue to report issues. All right? And of course, the shares of CrowdStrike went down, all right, about 8%. Wow. Okay, at close to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Yeah, people will be very upset about this. Let's be real. I mean, let's be real. Look at this. This is CrowdStrike, or at least this is their website. Okay. And, you know, again, they have a lot of splaining to do. Because let's be real, I don't know about you guys. I feel like I've expressed this in the past few years, but I'm not the biggest fan of flying. Like, I hate flying. I hate it. All right. I hate it with a passion. I've had some very bad experiences on planes. So for me, when I hear about planes being grounded and software not working because of a small little software update, that's terrifying to me. That's absolutely terrifying, in my personal opinion. Okay? Now, I don't know about you guys, but like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of flying. So when I hear stuff like this, it makes me a bit concerned. But let's take a look at this. All right? And of course, like I said, I'm not okay. Hold on. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Maybe there's a problem with the maybe it's having an issue. Maybe we're having technical issues right now. I don't know, guys. All right. I would just say if you're having an issue, make sure you hit the refresh button and all that. That would be good as well. Hold on. Okay. So, as I was saying, sorry, I'm looking for something and I guess I left it. So here's the thing. We got some more to look into, but like I said, I would just Ohio Buckeye just said, Pascal, you're glitches. Yeah, I would just say reboot, maybe not reboot, but like refresh the page. Maybe you're going to be fine. And again, this could be an example of the problems that they're having right now. Right. And you're right. I agree as well. Ashley, YouTube has been acting funny lately. Has been acting very, very funny lately, to be really, really honest. Okay. But anyway, let's continue. Okay. And I would say just reboot the page, the website. All right. and I'll be right here giving you guys the information and giving you guys the news. And here's the thing too. I'm going to ask you guys too, do you appreciate the coverage on other content other than just the because we've been kind of true crime heavy for a while? Please let me know. You know what? I'm gonna put now. Just press the number 1 if you appreciate the coverage on other topics and other genres other than just the true crime stuff, which we are still going to be talking about. We still got a lot of coverage on that as well. But I'm just curious as to what you guys think. Do you like it or no? All right. But anyway, put the number 1 in the chat. Anyway, let's get on into this. Okay. And I appreciate all y'all. I appreciate you guys sharing your coffee, your cup of coffee or your mimosa. Okay. If you're fancy and enjoy that caviar, you privileged mother. Never mind. But let's get into this, okay? Because there's more. CrowdStrike, okay, has been speaking. So CrowdStrike's outage sparks global chaos with airlines, banks, and other disruptions. This is huge to me, right? And like I said, this is the worst time that this could have happened, okay? You might be like, why is that the worst time it could have happened, Pascal? Let me explain to you. Didn't just some sort of attempt on the former president's life just happen just almost a week ago? It's funny. Now we could literally say it was all good just a week ago, and then all of a sudden now everything has gone to ish. That was a Kanye quote, by the way, but I know Kanye's for a lot of people, but you know what I'm saying. It was all good just a week ago, and now, huh? So everyone's thinking, oh, damn, is this a cyber attack? Was this part of his plan? You know what I mean? Was it part of his plan? And I tell you, I don't think so. Literally, it was a glitch. But this also shows us that this is a problem. That one little tiny glitch could ground planes, could mess with banks. Actually, there are hospitals that are not able to get into databases to know what their patients actually need, the medication that they actually need. They're being shut off from being able to give their patients the medication while they're in the hospital because of this little tiny glitch. This is insane, guys. And very, very dangerous. So, a little glitch, oh, it's a small little update. Yeah, right. Go take several seats, CrowdStrike, because y'all just screwed the pooch. Okay? This is bad. And this should also be a huge wake-up call for all of us out here in these streets. We rely a lot on technology. Technology should not be doing this. There should not be glitching like this, to the point where banks, airlines, hospitals, all of them shut the F down. That is bad. Let's get into this. All right. A wave of IT outages swept across the globe Friday morning, causing over 1,000 flight cancellations and stalling internal and external systems across a variety of industries, including hospitals, banks, stock exchanges, and other institutions, as some Microsoft-based computers ceased to work. I'm telling you right now, everyone's going to Apple now. Okay. High key, low key. Sorry, not sorry. And I'm not sitting here saying that I'm a huge Apple fan, but I'm just saying people are going to be like, nah, bruh. Okay. Nah. We good, homie. We're going to go over here to Apple now because looks like they can't. We ain't getting screwed over there. And I'm just saying, like, big corporations, banks, hospitals, all that stuff, they might be like, well, I mean, they're not going to do that. So it's millions of dollars trying to change things, okay, to switch over computer operating systems and all that stuff. But still, they might be looking at that going, well, that's looking real sexy right now. That Apple, you know what I'm saying? Right now, you know, we're being misused by them Windows. I don't know. That Apple, looking real fine right now. You never know. Just saying. CrowdStrike, all right, an American cybersecurity technology firm that provides cloud workload protection, threat intelligence, and cyber attack response services, said do you realize how important these people are? If you don't know that they're important, just read the freaking thing that I just highlighted right there. Okay? They real important. Okay? So this glitch is bad. All right? Let me say that again. Follow the bouncing ball. CrowdStrike, an American cybersecurity technology firm that provides cloud workload protection, threat intelligence, and cyber attack response services, said the outage is not due to a cyber attack. They're like, oh, everyone calm down. It's okay. It's okay. It's not external. It's internal. Yeah, so everybody, you can clap. Be excited that it's internal, right? Stop. Don't clap to that. That's not good. Stop. You don't clap to that. That's what they're saying. It's not from outside. Yeah. Yes. But it's from us. Huh? What? Okay. So, it was caused by a software issue that has been identified. And of course, I already said this before, but they said the fix had been deployed. Okay, congratulations. I love how they say it's been deployed like they got like an army going out here, right? You're like, hup, hup, hup. You know what I mean? All these soldiers just coming out. We're about to deploy into the interwebs digitally. You know what I mean? But now they're saying the fix has been deployed. Do you realize that this kind of thing, this kind of vulnerability could have, if the outside forces, the evil doers that are out here, you don't think that they would go out here and say, oh, we see an opening. Let's go. LFG, let's effing go, bro. You know what I mean? You tell me they wouldn't look at this and go, hey, this is about that time. Let's go get it, baby. Let's dive in. Let's get in there and get as much information as we can on everybody. Think about it. However long this system is down, it just shows an opportunity for the enemy to infiltrate. Something to think about, right? But let's play a little bit. Whoops. Let me play a little bit of something for you guys. All right. This is from the Today Show. I think this is interesting. Okay. And wow. Let's just, take a look.
Let's bring in our business correspondents, Christine Romans, Brian Chung. Good morning, guys. So
morning.
We should point out, this was not a cyber attack, Brian.
Right, according to CrowdStrike.
What are they saying about it? And actually, a lot of people are going, CrowdStrike, what is that? So who is this group?
Yeah, so CrowdStrike is a cybersecurity company. Basically, companies contract them to essentially foolproof their computers and make sure that they're not hackable. Now, for that reason, this isn't necessarily something that's going to likely impact personal computers. This is likely going to impact what they call enterprise computers, or basically the computers that you have at work that your company has tried to hire CrowdStrike to make sure that it's not hacked. So for that reason, a lot of people are going to be waking up this morning and trying to log in if this issue prolongs to that sad face on that blue screen of death. So again, this vendor.
They've been calling it the blue screen of death, by the way. And again, remember, this is why, okay, what I find very interesting about this, okay, is that, okay, first off, they're calling it the blue screen of death. All right, which is obviously terrible. That's no bueno, not good. 15 billion thumbs down. But this is the kind of same situation that we're having with the roof is too slopey, and we're concerned for the safety of our Secret Service, right? It's kind of ironic. Isn't it ironic that you got a cybersecurity company shutting down when they're supposed to be keeping the evildoers, okay, from coming in and doing a cyber attack? They actually had their own cyber attack. on accident because of a glitch, because of a software update that screwed everything up. So for them to cyber attack their own selves, it's like the snake eating its own self, right? They actually open it up for an opportunity for any cyber attacker to go in here and do some evil doing. Isn't that erotic? Don't you think? Moving on. Oops.
Issue in the way that was being updated or pushed out to computers. And for that reason, this is impacting any business that uses CrowdStrike. So airlines, in some cases, banks and other places around the world as well. So again, the company says that they're trying to deploy, or that a fix has deployed. How long that fix takes to deploy is an open question at this time.
We came to NBC here this morning. We had the blue screens. In Australia, Sky News actually was not on the air because of the blue screens. When you talk, Christine, about businesses affected, we're watching what's going on in Australia. And as they're saying stuff, it's slowly starting to happen here, too, as daylight hits.
So we know that overnight there was this rolling outage around the world, and now we've seen in Europe, hospital systems have had some outages and some trouble, public transit systems, banks, a few stock exchanges and financial exchanges have had some outages, but they're trying to get over that right now. Interesting when you look at the airlines, because that is where you really see the big international breakdown. You've got Ryanair saying expect a 3-hour delay. You've got United Airlines here in the United States saying they're able to resume some flights, but they expect delays. So we've watched.
But I'm wondering too, let's keep it real. When they say, oh yeah, they're able to like fly, what are they doing? Analog? Are they, bringing out little, compasses and barometers or whatever the hell they use to fly? Are they going back to old school stuff? Do they have like Fred Flintstone, just pitter pattering his calloused feet to rev something up so that they have like, to use their backup program? So planes can go back up in the sky. I'm telling you right now, guys, I mean, my God, like I said, not a fan of flying. Okay. And I know some of y'all can relate. I know some of y'all are crazy. Like, I love to fly. I love the turbulence. It's the best ride in the world. No, it's not. It's terrifying. And I don't know what's wrong with you guys. But seriously, how they flying? They're hurling these big old tuna cans up in the sky with wings. These tuna cans with wings up in the sky. How they doing it right now with no programs, without being able to run things? Now, I also understand it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, the travel business, okay, the airline business. But at the same time, and I get it that the show must go on, right? But I'm kind of curious as how they're hurling this tuna can with wings up in the sky if they don't have the proper programs in which to actually get those tuna cans with wings up in the sky. I'm just curious. I'm not even asking for a friend. You tell me, bro. I want to know, okay? Forget the middleman. I want to know. How you doing it? How you doing it? But moving on.
Watch this sort of roll, this outage roll from Asia to Europe and now to the U.S. So as people wake up, you're going to see some complications. We're some people who are coming in on a bus for our concert today. The bus can't take their transit card. Buses are still moving, but you're coming in for free.
It's so crazy. You think about like we're practically all cashless now. People are talking about digital ideas. It just reminds you like how fragile this whole system actually is.
And if you can't log into your computer, that's a massive problem.
All right, we're going to get back and talk to you guys again a little bit later and throughout the morning.
Interesting still. Like, it's still, no matter what, the fact that this is showing some vulnerability, like I said, this is not good. I mean, clearly they got to let the world know because this is a big deal. But if you really think about it, all the bad guys that are out here, right, in their little caves, in their little, cyber huts, right? I mean, there's even a furry, I forgot what it's called. It's like a furry. They're basically a group, allegedly, that have gone, and it's like furry something. I forgot the name. But also they are literally going out here and doing some sort of attacks, cyber wise. Okay. So in my mind, and it's not only just foreign, it's also domestic, right? So it makes you wonder when you hear about this opening, are these individuals reading this and going, oh, can I get into this? Yes, furry hackers. I think it's furry hackers, something like that. But anyway, all right, this is just what I've been hearing through the grapevine. But it does make you wonder when they hear this, are they going and saying, this is an opportunity to strike? Let's strike now. Let's go. Okay. CrowdStrike, a cyber, like a counter cyber, what did they call it? A cyber attack response company, okay? Cyber attacked itself. Do you understand that? They cyber attacked themselves, but then they opened up a huge opening, a possible huge opening for other real cyber attackers to actually cyber attack. Imagine that. Imagine that. Like I said, it's a bit ironic, right? But we got some more stuff. Like I said, we got more information. We're going to be hopping around with all kinds of stuff. This is from News Nation. Let's take a look at this video right here.
Well, joining us now is Alan Liska, a cybersecurity expert and intelligence analyst. Alan, we'll get right to it. It appears an update sent by CrowdStrike is behind this outage. So this is what's blowing my mind here. How can one company derail so much?
And Nick, I think, really hit it on the head. We live in an interconnected world. And if an outage goes bad for one company, it can impact things all the way around the world, especially one that's this bad. So it's probably been a while since you've heard this term, but essentially this outage is causing a blue screen of death, meaning the computers are completely unusable. They have to be rebooted. But the way that most people do that is with their CrowdStrike tool. And you can't do that now. So there's a lot of manual intervention involved in trying to get the recovery process going.
Yeah, we heard in other parts of the world, some broadcasts even being knocked off the air. I mean, this is stuff out of Hollywood. It's wild. Probably a good time for all of us to get out our banking apps and other, precious accounts that we have and make sure we can log in and that everything's working properly. How long does it usually take to fix something like this?
So it's been a long time since we've had an outage like this. I was looking back and really going back to 2012 when there was a similar problem with McAfee that's caused this kind of widespread outage around the world, because updates are very rigorously tested and monitored before they're deployed. And unfortunately, this one seems to have hit a glitch that was unexpected. But you're absolutely right. People should be checking to make sure, knowing what they can get into, calling ahead, if you're using your local, metro service, or if you've got to go to the bank or whatever, making sure that everything is actually working there.
And Alan, just before we go, we're hearing this is a software glitch. Do you see any signs of anything nefarious and cyber attack worthy of reporting at all?
No, this is absolutely a typical IT glitch. It has all the signs of it. CrowdStrike is a very good company. They're working tirelessly, and they've got some of the smartest people in the world that are trying to get this and recover from this as fast as possible.
Great. Alan.
Listen, I don't think everybody realizes how much we rely on technology in general. I mean, let me be real too. Paper hasn't looked so sexy. Okay, paper, files, good old fashioned paper. All right, because of situations like this. Now, don't get me wrong. All of us go as paperless as we can, right? As paperless as we can, because of just trying to save the environment and all that stuff. But there's a serious reliance, okay, on the internet, on technology, on Microsoft, on all these companies that let us do what we do so that we can work, so that we can live, so that we can play, right? It's wild to me how much this is screwing up so many things to the point where, yeah, banks, planes. I mean, this is bad, guys. Okay, this is very, very bad. But and also, I feel like this should be a huge wake up call for not only just us as civilians, but the government and the powers that be. Because one little tiny glitch, because you got to remember, how did that glitch happen? And I'm not trying to put on the tinfoil hat. I'm just asking the questions. How did something like this actually happen, right? What if you had a disgruntled employee that was spearheading the I don't know, the programming of the software update, and they put in some random code, right? That was doing the coding for this program, for this update, right? And they just put in some random coding just to mess with people, just to mess with the thing, just to shut the whole thing down. I'm just saying, it's that sensitive that a minor little update shut everything down. Everything that's important to all of us as people around the whole entire globe. And I think this is the reason why not only just everybody is scared, or not only is everybody just concerned about like, oh, I'm missing my flight, I can't get into my bank account type thing. It's also like, yo, this is going on worldwide. This is worldwide. And then, of course, just a few days ago, I know this is tinfoil hat moments. I'm sorry, tinfoil. But something happened. There was an attempt on the former president's life. Like I said, it was all good just a week ago. Okay. And now all of a sudden it's just weird. It's just weird. Not sitting here saying, trying to put out conspiracies. I'm just talking about the timeline. It is just a bit interesting and odd, in my personal opinion. We got more.
Welcome back here on Live Now from Fox 619 over on the East Coast and 319 on the West Coast. My name is Josh Breslow, and I'm here for the next several hours to bring you all of your top stories and breaking news. And I do want to get to this image right here that we have of one of the airports across the country that are dealing with a mess right now. We're talking ground stops from many major airlines, including American and Delta. They've issued the ground stop, and it's all connected to a widespread Microsoft outage, also impacting banks, some social media outlets, and other companies around the world. Microsoft does say it's working to gradually fix the issue, which has reportedly affected companies like Visa, ADT Security, and Amazon. And that's really just to name a few. The list goes on and on. Airlines in the UK, Europe, and India have reported problems as well. And Microsoft 365 did post on X. The company was, quote, working on rerouting the impacted traffic to alternate systems to alleviate impact in a more expedient fashion. And they were, quote, observing a positive trend in service availability. The company did not respond to a request for comment and did not explain the cause of the outage. We did hear from our Fox 5 DC team's Melanie Alnwick a short time ago, who said that some of the flights are returning to normal. But as you can see on that monitor right there, it simply says recovery. So not everything is working. And this does appear to be over at the airport in Atlanta. What I'm going to do is play for you some comments that were made moments ago by officials there. Let's pop up the audio and listen in.
Yeah. Sorry, good. No, you're good. Say hi to the yeah. And one more little scoot and I'm ready. Come on.
We good?
Oh, wait. Good. One more second on me.
All right, that's right, buddy.
Oh, you got it?
Thank you.
Yeah, he says he's rolling.
Okay.
Hey, will you keep the mic flag down a little bit?
I'm sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay. Give me a thumbs up when we're ready. Good. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm Andrew Gobeil. I'm the Director of Communications here at Hartsfield Jackson, Gobeil. We're aware of the incident, which is ongoing. Just a quick look around the airport right now will show you that this is an unorthodox situation, but we are working with our airline partners. We're working with all of our partners to mitigate any challenges faced by this ongoing incident, which is impacting numerous industries worldwide. We are recommending that all of our passengers listen and monitor their social media channels on their individual airlines to make sure that they download the apps for their airlines for information, and of course to follow the airport social media channels as well. Again, we're keeping our eye on the situation. We're doing everything we can to mitigate this ongoing situation, and we'll provide more updates as necessary.
Any of the airlines keeping you updated on when they'll come online?
No, we are not right now hearing that. Let me rephrase that. We are constantly in communication with our airline partners. That is something that our emergency operations team will be coordinating.
Now, we know that this is impacting the individual airlines. Is it impacting any airport operations as well internally?
At this point, no. We are just mitigating what could be some of the passenger-facing challenges that we're seeing right now. As always, we are prepared for busy days, and today was going to be a very busy day, but we are prepared. We're working with our customer service team, and we're making sure that all of our passengers are addressing some of the challenges as needed.
We're live right now on Atlanta News First. If you could just tell us again what you all are dealing with here at the airport. You're the airport spokesman, Andy Gobeal. Tell us a little bit about what this airport is going through right now and what you all are doing on your end.
Of course. Again, it's a projected busy day today. It's Friday during the holiday period. What we're dealing with right now appears to be an incident involving software worldwide, impacting a number of different industries, including the aviation industry. One of the biggest challenges that we're facing right now is that some of our customers, when they come in to try to check into their airlines, are addressing some of the challenges there. So we're working with our airlines to make sure that they get all of the support that they need. We're working with our passengers to make sure that they get all of the support that they need as well.
What is the main issue in terms of the ground stoppage? Why are flights not able?
He's had some training. That's all I wanted to say. Just how he's responding to everything and how he's talking and everything. This man is trained. Absolutely trained. And I get it. He's not supposed to act like, oh my God, we don't know what we're doing. You know what I mean? But it's very interesting how he is responding in the way that he is. It's very, very trained.
Okay, so that's an issue you'll have to speak to the FAA about. That's well above my pay grade. But one of the things that we do is, again, it's a collaborative effort. It's something that we do with all of our different partners, whether it is the FAA or the airlines, law enforcement as needed. So we work together with them to make sure we're aware of the situation, and then we'll mitigate on our end. Again, we deal with passenger impacts from those who are driving on in to getting through security to getting out to the concourses. So we'll make sure that they are efficient, they are safe and secure.
But it's impacting individual airlines, not airport operations.
Right now, it looks as if that's the case. But again, I don't want to go out and go above my skis, go ahead of my skis right now. But it looks as if that's going to be the case.
And we're hearing that some of the rental car companies are out of cars, that people are not able to drive to where they need to go. Are you hearing anything like that from your partners with the rental car companies?
If that's an issue, that's something that we will certainly work with. We communicate not only with our airline partners, but also with our vendors, including the rental car systems. So if that is a challenge, if that's an issue, we'll make sure that we work with them and we'll share any information they would like for us to share.
How would you describe this in terms of a day at the airport? This is pretty crazy, huh?
All of you guys have been here on one of our busy days. This is like a busy day here at Hartsfield-Jackson. We expected to screen over 100,000 passengers today. We expected to see about 300,000 passengers in the concourse passing in, through, or from Hartsfield-Jackson. So it is going to be a busy day. We'll do our best to make sure that we mitigate any of these challenges.
Andy Gobeal.
All right, that was over at Atlanta's Heart.
Have mercy. Let me just say that really quick. I mean, it was very smooth operator. Like, this is a smooth operator. I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry, not sorry. Dude knew what he was saying, and that's why they chose him to show up and speak, right? Because it's his job, right? Not to come off like, It's absolute pandemonium. We don't know what's going on. Who the hell did this? It's somebody hacked us. All that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So that's his job, to be that smooth operator. Okay, smooth talker for real.
Country that are covering this from each and every angle, many of them at their local airports. And we do have those live images that we are showing you. This one right here that I'm popping up on your screen is Orlando International Airport. That is where our Fox 35 Orlando team is live.
Shaping up as far as traffic is concerned. But until then, Deborah, Danielle, back over to you.
And we appreciate you just saying 6:02. Now to that breaking news we've been telling you about all morning long. Some major airlines forced to.
I'm sorry. I have to say this because that was hilarious. All right. But Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs. Okay, moving on.
Ground their flights.
And a global internet outage could be to blame for those issues. Fox 35's Marley Camper is live at Orlando International Airport this morning. And Marley, I will tell you, if you didn't know already, it looks like American Airlines says that they have safely been able to reestablish their operation. So is that what you're seeing there as well?
Yeah, we did learn moments ago that American Airlines was able to safely reestablish their connections, but that doesn't mean that all the flights are going to be able to hop right back on. And Delta, United, Allegiant, so many other airlines are still having troubles. I mean, take a look at the line. We're in the Delta terminal, and at 5:30, we spoke to some families. They've maybe moved up 30 feet in the line. So Delta just announced a few minutes ago that they're going to have all of their flights grounded until 8 a.m. That could extend. That's just the latest update that they said here locally at the airport. And they said only one of their computers is working via ticketing counter. Some people have tried to use the kiosks here and they aren't working. So this is a global issue. This is a software problem that's happening all over Europe, the UK. It's even widespread in India and Australia. So many people across the country and across the globe are going to have these travel issues. I'm going to bring on Eric. Okay, so you found out moments ago when you got here. What was your first reaction?
What's going on? Like, why are we waiting in long lines, just stuck? I mean, this is not normal for Orlando. Normally,
this is insane. Okay, this is the other reason why I don't like flying. I hate this stuff. Like waiting in this. Sometimes the line is like this, right? And then, of course, dealing with flight cancellations and the sort. Bleh, I hate that more than anything in the world. And all these people are grounded. All of them are stuck. All of them. And they got to sit there, either sleep, potentially sleep in the airport until they actually get a flight out so that they can get home or get to wherever they're trying to get to. And that, I hate that so much. All because of a glitch, guys. That's insane. All right.
normally it's pretty quick. So
Definitely.
walking in, seeing the news crew, you're going, something's going on.
Yeah. And
So,
tell me, where are you traveling and what were your plans?
we're trying to get to the Philippines. We had a death in the family. So we're trying, thank you. We're trying to get home to handle that and, last minute trip, now we got to figure out how we're going to get there to handle that. So
Yeah. And you went to the kiosk and it didn't print out all your tickets, you said.
No.
And now you're scared that you're not even going to make your connections because you have a lot of stops, right?
Right. We have here to Detroit, Detroit to Incheon to Manila, and then Manila to the north of the Philippines. So we got four or five flights, I think it is. So 27 to 30 plus hours of travel.
And no updates at this point
No
from
updates.
your
Delta.
apps or anything?
No, nothing from Delta saying the last thing I got was we look to see you on board. No notice of delays or anything. So
Eric, I'm praying for you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm praying for your family as well. Hopefully they're able to get this sorted out. The FAA is aware of the issues and they're working closely with all the airlines. Many airlines have reached out to the FAA to ask them for help when it comes to the ground stops. So we'll be here live all morning giving you guys updates as they come in. So make sure to stick with Good Day Orlando. But for now, reporting live at MCO, Marley Capper, Fox 35 News.
All right, Marley, thanks so much for that. And this is reportedly a Microsoft outage we're talking about here, according to Reuters. This outage is also impacting the London Stock Exchange. And according to the Associated Press, companies like Visa and ADT and Amazon also experienced technical issues, as well as banks, media companies. They also
And I think we were experiencing some issues a bit.
Dang, see, and they're having issues right during this whole live, or like while they're broadcasting and giving information, they're even having glitchy issues as well. Ain't that some crazy stuff? Not only just Visa, okay, not only just the banks, but they even said security systems like ADT, we're home even when you're not. Remember that? Remember that little jingle? ADT is having issues now too. Like I said, it's not even trains, planes, automobiles, banks, you know what I mean, and hospitals. It's even possibly the security of your own doggone home. What the hell is going on? Okay. Wow, cabrón. It's bad. This is no good. This is no good, cabrón. This is no good.
Bit earlier, if you were listening, our audio board was just going all over the place and clicking. So it's possible that we were impacted as well. We're actually working to figure out what the deal is there. 6:29 over on the East Coast.
Okay.
And
yeah, we don't need to know about what time it is on the East Coast in the past. I don't think we need to know that. But wow, insane. Do you see how bad this is? This is bad. And I feel like there's going to be people waiting for a day or two, because you got to remember, all those flights have been backed up now. There's going to be a lot of catch up going on now. A lot. It's scary. I know some of you guys are impressed with the ADT jingle. Okay. That's a throwback. That is a throwback. Okay. But hey, crazy. All right. Let me get some of these super chats really quick. All right. Because we got more to talk. There's more information we're going to look at here in a second. So please do me a favor. I see a bunch of y'all in here. I appreciate all the support and all the love. Let's get the likes to 1K. That would be amazing. All right. Like I said, I cover lately I've been leaning very hard on the true crime realm. I still am covering those things. Trust and believe we still are covering those things for sure. But also, I do talk about other things on this channel other than just true crime. We do true crime to pop culture and everything in between. So if you do appreciate me covering this stuff, giving you guys a little bit more variety into your daily routine, please be sure to hit that like button down below. Show some love. Send it past 1K. That would really mean the world to me. Real talk. Hit that reaction button if you are watching on other platforms. And, we're keeping an eye on all the things that are going on in the world, especially the big trending topics that are popping off in the world. We do talk about those things here. So be rest assured, we are still covering and still being a voice for the voiceless for sure. All right. And bringing awareness to those cases for sure. We will be doing those for sure. But, these things like this, huge, massive pieces of information and mind-blowing stuff. So we will be talking about these kinds of things and more here in the very near future. So please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Please, that would be amazing. We are still keeping watch on updates revolving around the Trump rally tragedy. There are some updates. We will be talking about that in a later show. So be on the lookout for that as well. Make sure that notification bell is on. Become a member, just like Miss Cheney. Welcome to the family, Miss Cheney. I appreciate the support. Become a member like Miss Cheney. That would be awesome. Isaiah, thank you so much for the love. I'm a Mac Tech support / deployment employee at an investment company. But today I'm having to get familiar with Windows Terminal and BitLocker in order to help the PC support teams disable CrowdStrike. Whoa. Wow. So to disable it? Isaiah, I'd love to know more about this. To disable it? Like is your company basically saying like, let's rid of this? Bye. We're not using this anymore? Or are they disabling it for now until the glitch gets fixed? That's something I'm very interested in hearing about, because there might be a lot of people that are just a lot of companies and all that may just be dumping CrowdStrike altogether because of this glitch. And shoot, airlines might be doing that as well here very, very soon. Think about that. Doreen, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Like I said, just like Doreen and Miss Cheney, please become a member. Hit that join button down below, or check out my Patreon, patreon.com/The Pascal Show. It's right there, scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Okay. Ashley, thank you so much. Would they even tell us if there was a cyber attack? Ashley, You're smart. Good question. I don't know if they would. I think they would. Actually, I think they would. You want to know why? Because if banks aren't working, right? If hospitals are shut down, planes are grounded, all the stuff that's happening right now, the news would catch wind on it. The news would be talking about it. So yes, I think media, at least media, would be like, it looks like there was a cyber attack. And this is why all these things shut down worldwide. Something as massively big, as global as this was, I really don't think that they would just sit there and go, nah, let's not tell the people. Let's just have them stew. Nah, I really don't think so, in my personal opinion. Okay? So, but it is a good question, because I'm sure that they would try to hide as much as they could, okay, optically, because they don't want world pandemonium, right? But this is happening right now, and it seems like everybody's chill. Also, let me just point this out really, really quick. Oh, my Lord, I'm wearing the tinfoil hat again. Dag nabbit. Okay, forgive me when I say this, but could this be exactly what you're saying right here? Let me explain. If there was a cyber attack, full-on global cyber attack, would they just put a name on top of it and hide the fact that there was a cyber attack underneath it? Wouldn't they just, if they were really trying to stop from the world going in flames, right? Turning into a ball of fire, right? Wouldn't they just say, oh yeah, it was CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike did it. Take the blame, right? Would they just do that? Whilst there is an actual real life cyber attack actually going on? Man, I'm getting on my Alex Jones. I gotta stop. It's too much coffee. I gotta stop. But think about it for a second. Would they just straight up say it? Right out the gate? Yes, there was a cyber attack. Because the world would lose their minds. I'm going to stop doing the Alex Jones. But you know what I'm saying, though, right? Think about it for a second. Just think about it. Okay? Now, I know I need to stop asking questions. Or never stop asking questions. That's what you said. Sorry, I misread that. I thought you said, stop asking questions, Pascal. I'm like, damn, okay. Sorry, I'm an inquisitive mother loving. I got questions just like Ashley. Okay, just like Ashley had the question right here. Okay, that's a good question. And then in my mind, I'm like, but if there really was one, would they really tell us right off the bat, it's a cyber attack? No, they wouldn't. They actually wouldn't. Maybe they wouldn't. Because they wouldn't want everybody going, oh, everything's going to hell in a handbasket. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't do that. Would they? Or would they have a scapegoat? Like us, CrowdStrike. Take the hit. Something to think about, guys. One of the deepest super chats we've had on the show. I'm just kidding, but still. Seriously, though. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm taking the tinfoil hat down. It's over here. Am I? Let's move on. Tired as a mother, thank you so much for the love. The company I work for, all updates can crash a system with one tiny error in a code, and we go through extensive testing with multiple people. That's very interesting. Things do slip, and I've seen it, but our company is smaller. Yes, like your company's not the world. You see what I'm saying? Like, I agree. Absolutely. I understand what you're saying. And yes, your company's much smaller, but this is the world that we're talking about. Okay. The business of the world, right? Global Inc., right? That is what's going on, right? So this is at a massive, Googleplex, okay, sized kerfuffle, right? So yes, smaller companies, investment firms, so on and so forth. But this is going on throughout the entire world. Everybody's having issues. Planes, etc., grounded. That's crazy, right? So imagine a glitch that takes everything down, right? And causes multiple problems for many, many people. Just saying. Miss Cheney, thank you so much for being a member. Oh, so you just re-upped. But I appreciate you being a member for the past 9 months, okay? Hey, it's Martinique. Oh, it's Martinique. What's up? Okay. I work from home and can't work because we can't get into systems. Wow, that's crazy. I can't even celebrate a work-free day because I'm scared. Internal mabute. Yeah. See, I don't know. Like I said, you can't even you work from home. And so, of course, being able to access certain programs and all that stuff, you're being hindered from being able to do that as well. That's crazy, right? That's absolutely crazy. Again, something like this where there's a huge opening like this, it's an opportunity for the outside domestic and foreign evils out here to penetrate, to infiltrate the situation and make the situation even worse. And that's scary. Carbonize, thank you so much. What's up, Carbonize? You too can be a smooth operator for a like. Hey, yeah, hit that like button down below, guys. Thank you so much, Carbonize, for that reminder. Okay. Whoops. I just missed one. Shoot. Hold on. Oh, shoot. I missed one, guys. I am so sorry. I hit the wrong button and it deleted it. Whoever it was, you're going to know who it is, or you're going to know that your super chat was missed. So please just repost your comment, your super chat comment, what you said in the super chat, and I'll make sure I keep an eye out for it. Okay. Again, Caesar, thank you so much. Does every company do a software update at the same time? You know, it's funny. I think that there's certain, and this is a good question too. I think that there's certain software updates that automatically just happen right out the gate. So I think a lot of these, like airlines and whatnot, I feel like they already have it set to like kind of like an automatic type of update. So if there's an update in the system, it happens overnight, very, very early in the morning or something of that sort, so that right when they reboot or turn on the computers and get things moving, that update has already been put into the actual system. That's what I've noticed for a lot of things. But then there's other companies that will, as soon as the person turns on their computer for work, it'll be like, it'll start updating like that, or it'll ask you, do you want to update? And then, of course, you click yes, no, whatever, maybe, whatever the hell you choose. And then they do the software update. Usually it takes, sometimes it can take 2 to 3 minutes. Sometimes it takes 10 minutes. Just depends on how thorough or how big that update is, right? But I think that a lot of these updates happen overnight, already happening automatically. So when somebody comes into work, turns on their computer, starts clickety-clacking, and they can't clickety-clack, that's when the problem ensues, right? So that's very interesting as well. So yeah. Whew, crazy stuff, guys. Okay, the blue screen of death, as they've been calling it. Absolutely crazy. We got more. We're going to take a look at this one as well. Let's rock and roll. Thank you so much for all the super chats. I really do appreciate it. Again, I missed one. It started with a T. I think that's what it was. I just saw it in the corner of my eye. If you get a chance, please repost your comment. I'll make sure I read it live on the show. Again, I really do appreciate the support. Okay, guys? Don't forget to hit that like button down below. Let's rock and roll here, shall we, babies?
Companies impacted by this massive outage is growing by the minute. Nick puts up all of that coverage for us there at the big board. What's going on behind you? Look at that list getting bigger and bigger.
Getting larger and larger, Anna, and this is not news that people necessarily want to wake up to. The tracking website Down Detector showing the slew of businesses and agencies experiencing these outages and when they occurred, with the majority of reports spiking after midnight. Let's take a look. Microsoft is, of course, the reporting agency, and, of course, Microsoft 365, which we told you at the top of the hour. You can see the spike all happening right around the same time. Again, this is after midnight. These spikes indicate when these outages were actually reported, right? So as we continue to go down, we can see the same thing happening with Xbox. We see something here slightly higher right around this time with Delta. Same thing with Bank of America. And we've talked about the 911 systems across the country being impacted. A technical issue caused by an update from cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike, potentially to blame for this entire global outage, with the company saying in a statement, which reads in part, CrowdStrike is aware of reports of crashes on Windows hosts. Our engineering teams are actively working to resolve this issue. Millions of Americans affected and millions of Microsoft Windows users getting hit as well, with the business also issuing a statement which reads in part, we're investigating an issue impacting users' ability to access various Microsoft 365 apps and services.
This is, like I said, it's bad. It's bad. And yeah, I mean, even stocks are down right now, et cetera, because, I mean, I get it. People are holding on to their money, right? I see somebody just said that. Let me grab that before. Jej, something like that. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. You know, my stocks are down now. Yep. I mean, let's be real. There's going to be a lot of hesitation today until everything gets back up to snuff. But that's the question. Will everything get back up to operating order here very soon? The other thing, too, is we saw in that other video, right, where you had a reporter out there at a specific airport. And they said that there was only one computer that was actually working at that time that was helping them do whatever they needed to do, reroute people, set up their airline tickets, so on and so forth, right? That's crazy. That's why you had that long, huge line of people waiting in that line to get to the computer. They're going to be there all day, clacking away, trying to get in here, right? Yeah. I don't know about this being like the accident. I don't know. Accident. I don't know. It just seems so, it feels deliberate in my personal opinion. But I mean, and again, like I said, it was all good just a week ago. And then ish hit the fan when there was an attempt on Trump's life. And so in my mind, it's like, is this like, I'm picking up the damn tinfoil hat again, dagnabbit. Okay, back on the head. But at the same time, it's like the timing is a bit odd, don't you think? This could very well be a straight up mistake. Yes, it could be. It could be an accident. But it just seems so odd that this is all happening right around the same time. I don't know, guys. Talk amongst yourselves.
Anna, there is a bit of good news. According to airline industry experts, the outage is happening in the overnight hours when there are fewer flights taking off. Any planes in the air, like Xavier mentioned earlier, will continue to their destinations, but no new flights will take off. The domino effect of all of the technical issues reaching far and wide, with uncertainty on how all of this will get resolved. Anna?
Yeah, so if they are in the air, they will stay in the air and make it to their destinations, hopefully as planned.
Hopefully. They're going to hurl themselves up into the air in a tuna can with wings and hopefully get to their final destination. Okay? Ay.
But no flights taking off there with those airlines. Thank you so much, Nick.
Yeah. Okay. Now you heard all that. Now we got individuals coming out and doing damage control. So let's take a look at this video as well, shall we?
First, thank you for giving me the opportunity to chat with you first on air. And I want to start with saying we're deeply sorry for the impact that we've caused to customers, to travelers, to anyone affected by this, including our companies. So
now he's coming out and going, yo, to the people, lo siento, with his aerodynamic looking ass. Interesting.
We know what the issue is. We're resolving and have resolved the issue now. It's recovering systems that are out there. And essentially, as you've talked about in the statement I put out, is the system was sent an update, and that update had a software bug in it and caused an issue with the Microsoft operating system. And we identified this very quickly and remediated the issue. And as systems come back online, as they're rebooted, they're coming up and they're working. And now we are working with each and every customer to make sure that we can bring them back online.
I got to roll that back a tiny bit because you heard what he said. We'll let it play.
Customers, to travelers, to anyone affected by this, including our companies. So we know what the issue is. We're resolving and have resolved the issue now. It's recovering systems that are out there. And essentially, as you've talked about in the statement I put out, is the system was sent an update, and that update had a software bug in it and caused an issue with the Microsoft operating system. And we identified this very quickly.
Very quickly. Unfortunately, not quickly enough, right? How quick is it? Because it took taking down planes, messing with hospitals, banks, and the sort for them to realize that there was a bug, as he's saying, a bug that was in the software update. You say quick? What will you say? Okay, quickly. Yet you got thousands of people and thousands of flights grounded because of this. So I don't know if this is very quick, guys. I don't know about y'all, but I call BS.
And remediated the issue. And as systems come back online, as they're rebooted, they're coming up and they're working. And now we are working with each and every customer to make sure that we can bring them back online. But that was the extent of the issue in terms of a bug that was related to our update.
I think if he was, I mean, he's not the only person, right? It's a whole company that screwed the pooch here. But when you say that you quickly found the issue and you solved it, if you were able to quickly find the issue, then this would not have happened, right? I mean, swag, right? Okay, enough of that. But you know what I mean, all right? You would have handled this and there would not be a global outage. And this would not be the largest IT outage in history if you found it quickly enough. Here's an idea. How about create a program that runs your programs, your updates, scans through them all to make sure everything is stitched nicely and beautifully so that anytime there's an update, especially when you're dealing with, I don't know, operating heavy machinery, the safety of people taking off and landing in particular areas and stuff like that, people's financial lives and their financial livelihoods and all that stuff, okay? Being able to take the right meds in a hospital when you're fighting for your life. Instead of everybody being at dire straits, because of this, why not create a program in which they can run it to make sure that there are no bugs? And then you send out the update. I mean, do I get an applause for that? I'll just give it to myself. Pat myself on the back. Why not do that? Y'all smart, right? Y'all smart. Take an extra couple seconds to code some stuff, right? Put it in there. Clickety, clickety, clack. Boom. Now you got a little scanner thingy to make sure everything's good. If even that, right? If even that. Or thoroughly go through it to make sure whatever's being coded in this program is not a bug. And then maybe we won't have this problem ever again. Hopefully not ever again. Because here's the other thing I was thinking in my head. What about those planes that were mid-flight and this software update happened? Now, I'm sure that there's other ways that they could have set things up, right? I'm sure there's other ways that they fly. I mean, not all planes are sitting here just back in the day relying on technology all the time, right? Planes were flown manually, analog, etc. So I'm sure those planes that were in mid-flight, transatlantic, whatever, intercontinental, flying red eyes, whatever, right? I'm sure they all landed just fine. They did just fine. But planes nowadays almost seem like they're flown remotely, it seems like, right? Pilots just type in some things, they press the thing. And I'm not sitting here saying that their job is easy, but it's easier than what it was back in the day. So I'm sure that they were able to just fly like they usually fly, right? But at the same time, this could have been absolutely catastrophic if planes were that reliant on this technology. Planes could have been falling from the sky, guys, and we've seen plenty of those videos. Oh, don't want to relive those videos ever again because those videos are scurry. Okay? As Miss Cheney said, scurry. All right? But so far, we haven't heard anything hugely catastrophic yet, but they got very lucky here. Very. But I feel like there's a lot of companies that are not going to be rocking with CrowdStrike ever again because of this major mistake.
Well, yeah, first and foremost, again, just to reinforce what you said, it wasn't a cyber attack. It was related to this content update. And as you might imagine, we've been on, with our customers all night and working with them. Many of the customers are rebooting the system and it's coming up and it'll be operational because of, we fixed it on our end. And some of the systems that aren't recovering, we're working with them. So it could be some time for some systems that just automatically won't recover. But it is our mission, is why we're here, to make sure that every customer is fully recovered, and we're not going to relent until we get every customer back to where they were, and we continue to protect them and keep the bad guys out of their systems.
Okay. I'd like to see proof of that. Also, I'm kind of curious as to when they say they're helping with every company. Do you know how many companies are under? That's one question I don't have the answer to. But how many companies are actually involved, right? How many companies actually have CrowdStrike as their company to take care of them? To do the counter cyber attacks and all that stuff. Probably a gang load. So you're having a conversation with every single last company right now that are all sitting there just slapping the side of their computer going, work, damn it, work, You're all having conversations with everybody right now? Or is there a line on the phone as long as that airport line that we saw, probably 15 times as long as that line, of people waiting, listening to that doggone waiting music? You know what I'm saying? You know that song. Listening to that muzak as they're waiting. Maybe they're listening to some Doobie Brothers. Okay? Yeah, I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? As they're waiting to talk to somebody that can help them through figuring out what the heck is happening with this software. It's interesting. You're really helping everybody right now? You must have everybody on the phone lines right now. Everybody.
Well, when you look at software, it is a very complex world, and there's a lot of interactions.
I'm sorry. That's exactly. Your call is important to us, so please wait on the line, and a representative will be right there with you. You know what I'm saying? And then don't you hate it when they have that music, like I forgot the one, but it's like you know what I'm talking about? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And then all of a sudden it'll stop. And it happens every 30 seconds. They'll sit there and go, thank you so much for waiting for us. Your call is very important to us. A representative will be right there with you in just a minute. Dun, 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 dun. You know what I'm talking about. And you just sit there like, come on. And then it'll stop again. You're like, oh, wait. It's a representative. Your call is very important to us. A representative will be right there with you to help you with your needs. Dun, 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 dun. It's like, what? Every time. You know exactly what I'm talking about. We have all been there. And we'll sit there for 7 hours. And you're just sitting there like on speaker. You're cooking and it'll stop like, your call is important to us. Damn it! Every time. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? You're sitting there on the toilet about to drop a deuce. You suddenly squeeze up. And the music stops. Your call is important to us. A representative will be right there with you. Ah, damn it! I've been working on this thing, man. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's frustrating. I hate that ish. And at some point, you're like, this is my jam. You're just like, hey. You know what I'm saying? I hate that. I hate it so much. And that's what everybody's doing right now. Everybody's waiting right now on the phone trying to figure out how they can open up their Excel. Have mercy. Let's continue.
And always staying ahead of the adversary is certainly a tall task. So these sort of things, obviously, you try to understand and mitigate them. And in some cases, you have a weird interaction, and it didn't seem like it happened on every Windows system. There's different versions and flavors and patch levels, if you will. And we're just trying to sort out where that negative interaction was. And again, that's what we're focused on, getting customers back up and running.
Yeah, a lot of negative interaction. Yes, you're going to get a lot of negative interaction outside of just the software and all that stuff. Okay. It's called the blue screen of death, right? Tired as a mud just said, man. And you're just like, it's so crazy because you know for a fact that has happened. They're like, have you tried unplugging and plugging it back in? And you're like, yes, mother love, I did. Now, I've been on the thing waiting for you for 3 damn hours, so you better come in here, do some technological witchcraft and figure this thing out, because I've been did that 15 times before. So don't tell me about simply unplugging it and plugging it back in. We've all been there. We have all been there. You see how heated I am about this? Because it's triggering me. Okay, PTSD. As soon as I hear dun, 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 I get shivers down my spine. Okay? And it enrages me with a purple passion. Okay? You know exactly what I'm talking about. You got other people like spitting bars, freestyling over it after you've heard the beat 15,000 times already. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. I love you guys. You guys are incredible. Let's continue, okay? Somebody, hey, don't swerve into traffic, okay, Madeline? Please don't, okay? I can't. I'm trying to drive. Just drive, sweetheart. It's okay. We're here. We're here for the lulls, but we're here for the info too. We got Sky News here. I want to play a little bit of this. Drive carefully, everybody. Operate your machinery carefully, okay? All right. And yeah, operate your computers carefully as well, because it's crazy out here, y'all.
The impact that we've caused to customers, to travelers, to anyone affected by this, including our companies. So we know what the issue is. We're resolving and have resolved the issue now. It's recovering systems that are out there. And essentially, as you've talked about in the statement I put out, is the system was sent an update, and that update had a software bug in it and caused an issue with the Microsoft operating system. And we identified this very quickly and remediated the issue. And as systems come back online, as they're rebooted, they're coming up and they're working. And now we are working with each and every customer to make sure that we can bring them back online. But that was the extent of the issue in terms of a bug that was related to our update. wasn't a cyber attack, was related to this this content update. And as you might imagine, we've been on, with our customers all night and working with them. Many of the customers are rebooting the system, and it's coming up, and it'll be operational because of we fixed it on our end. And some of the systems that aren't recovering, we're working with them. So it could be some time for some systems that just automatically won't recover. But it is our mission, is why we're here, to make sure that every customer is fully recovered, and we're not going to relent until we get every customer back to where they were, and we continue to protect them and keep the bad guys out of their systems.
Well, let's bring in our data and forensics correspondent, Tom Cheshire, who's been following events all day.
Hold on. First off, I love British accents. I'm gonna be real. Okay, they're dope. Okay, I'm a big fan of British accents. But let me just say this really quick. That last part I didn't get to actually react to, so I'm glad we were able to rewatch that for a second. If they're busy trying to clean everything up and fix things, who's actually making sure there are no cyber attacks happening right now? If everybody's all hands on deck. If everybody's all hands on deck, how are they able to do that? I'm just saying, if you got everybody working, making sure that investment companies, banks, hospitals, airports, all of them are being taken care of, all of them that have been deeply affected by this glitch, how are you making sure that there isn't a cyber attack happening right now as we speak? Now, I don't know how big the company is. Okay. I really don't know how big CrowdStrike is. And I don't know how large their personnel is, but I'm just curious, how are you able to do that? I'm just asking it out loud. And hopefully they are doing exactly what he's saying right now. This is a very, very, very big mistake, huge screw up on their part. And hopefully they're doing exactly what he's saying right now. And it's not all BS. Let's continue. Dun, 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 dun.
Tom, what did you make of what the CEO there had to say about why this happened?
I mean, two crucial things, I think, Jonathan. First, saying this wasn't a cyber attack, and that was really important. When this began, people were waking up to that dreaded blue screen of death, not knowing what had happened. It could have been a cyber attack from the appearances. For that not to be the case, I think, was reassuring. He went on to say, we continue to protect our customers and keep the bad guys out of their systems. Well, actually, it's the good guys in the systems that have caused this. And it is extraordinary. Speaking to engineers, they say the size of this update, which was pushed out around the world late last night, only 41 kilobytes. That's much less, say, than the information required to stream a song or anything like that. That tiny bit of code has wreaked havoc all across the world in all sorts of sectors, whether that's GPs, the majority of GPs being affected, airlines around the world, railways too. This has been really, really extraordinary in terms of its impact, and deeply embarrassing for CrowdStrike as a result to end up in this situation. What happens now? I mean, there's a lot of chaos, and we'll talk more about that, I'm sure, but all this chaos, there is this backlog. People have been having to work by hand. So what has been kept safe, it seems, are critical systems. So when it comes to railways, it's the trains are running fine. When it comes to air travel, air traffic control here in the UK say they don't have any issues. It's things like check-ins, it's things like other systems that are the way you get crew around for trains, things like that. All those have been affected. And fixing that is not easy. It's not the same way that it went out. So when this went out, all computers that had it, they got updated, they didn't work. Now to fix this, you have to go computer by computer. It is a painstaking, slow process to get things back online. So as you do that, you get those systems back online, but you still have those big delays that are built up. So there's sort of backlog here that has been building all day. Even as those systems are getting fixed, it will continue to have issues in all these sectors all around the world.
And Tom, many people who've been affected today will be asking the question, why, how have we all become so reliant on this one company, CrowdStrike, which most people won't have heard of until this morning?
Yeah, I mean, it shows you something about how we are wired as a society now. If you think about the original idea of the internet, is to have a decentralized, robust network so you can communicate after disasters, lots of computers connected together. If one of those is taken out, well, it doesn't matter because you can route the traffic around the other way. And that is still the case in terms of how the internet is built. What has changed, though, I think there's two things. First is just, how much we rely on the internet forever. It is built into absolutely everything. So if you do have an issue, it's going to affect way more things than it would have 5 years ago, 10 years ago. The second bit is the dominance of just a few companies. When it comes to cybersecurity, but also your Windows, it is such a dominant player. If it has an issue, and this company, which is second biggest by market capitalization, at least before today, in terms of cybersecurity, well, they've got customers all over the world. And because it's getting funneled through just a few dominant companies, those effects are felt a lot more keenly. But I think there is that sense here. What we've had is something very, very broadly disruptive. It hasn't had a sort of deep impact, especially in terms of real world harms, if we compare it to other cyber incidents, a cyber attack. Actually, if you think of the WannaCry virus, which took hospitals offline, and that had real world consequences, it took a lot longer to fix. This feels very, very disruptive. It's going to cause a lot of pain, especially for travelers around the world. But it can be fixed. The fix is out there, and it hasn't caused real life harm in a way that perhaps a cyber attack might do, were that to happen. In many ways, this has been a sort of dry run for the resilience of various digital systems in different countries around the world.
Now, one thing I do think is interesting, he even just said, that this is kind of like a dry run, if that makes any sense, on what could potentially happen if there was an actual attack cyberly, right? And so that's very interesting. Not saying that they're using this. I'm not sitting here saying that they did this specifically so that they can have a dry run, because this is inconveniencing so many people. Okay, this is inconveniencing the whole world, and that's a big, huge problem, right? But the fact that he's saying that they could be using this as an opportunity to see, using this as a dry run. Well, now the mess up is here. Let's fix it, but also let's see what's going on here, right? So I think that's very interesting and very telling information. I mean, from this commentator just giving us this information about, hey, they could be using this literally as a dry run, because you're telling me that there's not going to be evildoers out here, foreign or domestic, trying to infiltrate and trying to do bad. There's still that possibility, right? Now, I know, like, I'm reading some of you guys' comments here, you know what I mean? Saying, yeah, some believe that this was an intentional attack. Like, this was an intentional mistake. Some people say this was not an accident, right? What say you? Do you believe this as a mistake, a real accident? Or do you think this was a deliberate act? I'm quite curious about that, right? And so, that's why I wanted to bring that up and show you guys that piece, because, somebody could be using it as an opportunity, or they could be using it as an opportunity for a dry run, just in case there is somebody who actually tries to shut everything down. He also said it would be at a much larger scale. And I wonder what that would mean, right? Would it be everything all the way down to our traffic lights? Would it mean our power grid? Would it mean anything? All those things, and then some, right? It's kind of scary to think about that we rely so much on our technology, right? And everything's done by remote. Everything's done by, code and programs, right? Shoot, we're relying so much on AI right now, which is terrifying to think about as well, right? Absolutely terrifying to think about that as well, how we have AI in the forefront. I mean, shoot, I just saw a video on Instagram where I saw Tom Hanks. I know this is random, but I saw Tom Hanks dancing with an ice cream cone in his hand, morphing into Chris Hemsworth, then morphing into Ben Affleck, then morphing into another person, into all these movie actors. And I'm like, whoa. And it looked pretty damn good. I mean, clearly it was AI, but it was like, damn, this is so clean. It was scary, right? If AI is getting that technologically advanced, and if we start using AI and we start using those things to run how we run our systems in this world, I mean, shoot, anything could happen, right? So it is interesting. a dry run, then he also said, if this was a for real attack on our country or our world's infrastructure, it would be at a massive scale. So it could be looked at as a little bit of a dry run, practice run, to see what happens, what kind of mistakes can be made, or what kind of mistakes could happen, and how the world would react to a cyber attack like this. But all I'm saying is the timing is odd. It's wild, and it's quite a bit of a coincidence, don't you think? But let's get into some of these super chats. I appreciate your thoughts here, guys. It really does mean a lot. I also do have a poll at the top of the chat. Okay. Please hit that up. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let's see where it's at right now. I'd love to see, I'd love to see about 600 votes. Just put your thoughts in here. Okay. Put in your thoughts. I'd love to get it to like 600 votes. I'd be happy with 600. Okay, that'll give me a better idea of where we're going. What angle I'll take. Right. But what's up, Pretzel? How you doing, sweetheart? Thank you so much for the love. I work for a U.S. privately owned company that provides market data to the world with foreign and domestic market data zero problems. Kind of proud of that. So interesting that you didn't have any problems. If I'm reading this correctly, you've had no problems today, which is fantastic. That's fantastic. I think you're one of the very few that are sitting here saying, "Hey, I'm having issues," right? Or I'm not having issues. A lot of people are saying the opposite, right? Nicole B, what's up? I test code all day. There's no way this can accidentally happen. For 140K. Yeah, we're at 140K subscribers. It's amazing. And we keep climbing. The family keeps growing, which is amazing, and I appreciate it. But yeah, there's no way that this can accidentally happen. Can you put in the chat? I understand that this. Some comments or this question might require a bigger answer, but I am curious about why you think this did not just accidentally happen. When you say so were they supposed to test code? Did they test the code? Do you see what I'm saying? Before they, released this particular software update. Is there a program that I already talked about that exists that runs through these things? Do they have people like yourself, Nicole, that test the code, run through it? Almost like an editor, if you will, going through all the code to make sure everything's in place. Because I'm wondering how this could slip through the cracks, right? How could this slip through the cracks? And somebody just asked in the chat, did they fix the glitch? They say that they did, and that a fix to that glitch has been sent out. But planes are still grounded. They're still trying to reroute people. They're still this has caused quite a setback, okay? For not only just airlines, investment companies, stocks, the stock market, hospitals, all that. It's crazy. But let's continue on. Absent Good, thank you so much for the super chat. This is very crazy. AT&T just had a cyber hack, now a global outage. Sorry. This seems strange. What's next to happen? You know what? I don't know, Absent. This is crazy. Like I said, it's weird that this happens and how it all went down, right? And of course, we still are trying to figure out why this happened. Then it's also companies like CrowdStrike, because I'm sure there's other CrowdStrike-like companies out there. They all should be taking note on what they can do to prevent this from happening ever again. But what's next to happen? I hope nothing. Real talk, I hope nothing. I really hope. But we'll see what happens, right? We will see what happens. Thank you so much, Absent. Tipsy, thank you so much for gifting 1 membership. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Kay, thank you so much for the love and laughter. I appreciate it. Hopefully I was able to make you guys chuckle a little bit. All right. Talvish, yes, it's called Cisco Hold Music. That thong, the thong, thong, thong. That one, Cisco? I'm kidding. I know what you're talking about. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Talvish from downtown. Finding the masterpiece. Thank you so much. The only country not affected is Iraq, supposedly. Interesting. Interesting. S Dubs, what's up? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that info. That's interesting. If that is true, allegedly, that's very interesting. And let's not forget, allegedly, Iran was also working on an attack on or trying to take Trump's life as well. Weeks before they were planning this, they found out, allegedly, Secret Service found out about that. Remember, I don't know if you guys know about this, but they were saying that they had plans on trying to take Trump's life. And then they said that they bulked up, quote unquote. They ramped up security for Trump. Yeah. S Dubs, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. We do not care about the content. We are here for you and the laughs you give us. You make my day. Aw, thank you. Always hit the like, please. Yes, thank you so much. Aw, thank you. Aw, thank you. Now, a couple horns. Hit that like button down below, guys, please, and thank you. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you. Michelle B., thank you so much for the super sticker. It really does mean the world to me. Nicole B., thank you so much again. I promise you, they had the fix on deck when they released the update. Okay, I got to play this again. Nicole B., who apparently, I guess, tests code all day, is saying, I promise you, they had the fix on deck when they released the update. So then why would they release the update without the fix? That's what I'd like to know. Because that's weird. I feel like she's clapping at me when she said promise. I promise you. They had the fix on deck when they released the update. Why did they release? If that's true, if that's entirely true, or if this was an oversight, that's really crazy. Still, no matter what. It's a multi-billion, I'm sure multi-million to billion-dollar company that is being run by this guy. This very guy right here that we just saw with his aerodynamic looking ass. All right. That oversight is very big. So I'm wondering if the fix was already on deck before they released the update. So then why would they release that update that was glitchy in the first place? What was the goal here? What was their agenda? That's something I'd like to know as well. Preferably very soon. Because if they did this, there's other companies that could see this. Not only just hackers and all that stuff. I'm talking about people who are disgruntled at work, just being like, man, I just feel like messing things up today. Because this oversight is a big oversight. It's a huge accident. This is a huge mistake, guys. All right? Huge mistake. Hold on. Wani, thank you so much. Holdings on July 17th announced that they are in debt. Oh, sorry. CrowdStrike Holdings on July 17th announced that they are in debt. This could be a pump and dump for the stock, like GameStop. Interesting. But then glitch? But put out a glitch and screw up everything? That's crazy. Okay? That's crazy. Zan, Hit that join button down below. It's that simple. Hit that join button down below. All right. I only have one tier so far. Okay. It's very, very simple. All right. Just hit the join button down below. Become a member. Thank you so much for subscribing. Okay. But that's how you can become a member. All right. But that's, it's, that's weird, man. That's very weird. I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. That is weird. But let's continue on. Let's see what else do they have here from Sky News. Let's take a look, shall we? Lovies.
Yeah, it certainly has been, Jonathan, a day of chaos here at Edinburgh, starting off this morning when this began to unravel across the world. Problems initially with all of the information screens not producing the correct information. That led to chaotic scenes through in the departures area where there were numerous tales of people inside there who'd manually checked in because the electronic system was down, the security had failed for a period of time as well. They turned up at their gate and it transpired that the plane had already departed. That led to some pretty angry scenes and in the last few minutes actually a woman was in tears just within a few meters of us because she was standing at the gate and watched her plane depart as well. So things are gradually getting back up and running here. Ryanair was probably the worst affected in terms of a wave of cancellations. Edinburgh Airport confirming 50 flights in all have been cancelled so far. Around 50,000 passengers in this particular airport have been impacted. And Ryanair were having to manually check people in with old school pen and paper. They were crossing people's names off their list as passengers were producing boarding cards from their phones that were not working because of the severe IT glitches. Let's get an update now from one of the bosses here at Edinburgh Airport who's been giving us this update in the past few seconds.
It's been a difficult day and we get those in aviation. However, we've been really impressed with the team today coming together and helping our passengers manage the chaos of the IT outage this morning. We were back up and running by around lunchtime, and this afternoon's really been a story of working with our airlines to determine what planes can leave and what planes can arrive. We've had a number of cancellations, around about 50 today, and that may rise. But it's a case of managing that, managing the passengers. And we really want to thank our passengers for their patience. It's been a really frustrating day for them, but I think they've understood and they've worked with us.
Do you think this could have knock-on impacts for the coming days? How do you foresee that?
Yes, it's getting back to normal, but clearly there's a number of passengers, there's 50 planes of passengers that need to get to where they're going to over the next coming days. We'll be running a full schedule tomorrow and over the weekend, but it'll be a case of trying to assist those passengers to get onto flights.
Oh my God.
Clearly,
Hold on, just before we let him continue, talking about his, the experience over there in the airport across the pond, by the way. Shout out to our international family real quick. All right. To all y'all that are watching everywhere all over the world. I appreciate it. We are worldwide, Pitbull. Haha. So I do appreciate that. Real talk, I really do. But before we continue on, they're saying they got to work into the weekend because it is, let's not forget, I forgot this is Friday. Didn't I just say in the beginning of the show, is this Friday? Because it feels like every day is a case of the Mondays. It feels like another Monday for me, right? Because of all the interesting information, all the craziness that's been going on, all the things that have been popping off. Now, what's interesting about this is that he's saying that they're going to be working through the weekend. It'll be through the weekend to get everything back up to snuff, back up in operational order. And that's just international. That's across the pond, okay? With our Scottish friend here, talking and giving us some information. It's very crazy over in that airport where he's reporting from. So imagine in America what's going on right now too. All, at least for the most part, grounded planes. Now, I don't know if everything's been back up and running as of yet, but that's crazy to me, right? I do have a comment here I want to grab here too. Tired just said, I test too. Like Nicole said, this is not just slipping through the cracks, more like sloped roof issues. Interesting, right? Oh, we put this thing out and blah, 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 making all these excuses, right? Another huge hiccup, a huge problem. And they're sitting there going, it was the wind. You see, it was the wind. It had nothing to do with us. It had to do with the wind. The wind pushed over a little piece of dust, and that dust ever so gently hit a key on the keyboard while this man was still finishing up code, but then he didn't see it because of the dust and how fast that happened. And he said, he sent it out, and then this whole thing went bad. So, we that mistake happened because of the wind and a speck of dust. Come on. All right. Jolene, thank you so much for becoming a member. Oh, and Zan, welcome to the family. I appreciate both of you guys. Again, please hit that join button down below. Become a member, guys. Okay? Join in on the fun. We talk about a lot of things on this show. Okay? We talk about a lot of things on this show. So it'd be great if you became a member. Join, please. Okay? That was a really crappy Scottish accent. But you know what I'm trying to say. Join, become a member. That'd be amazing. Okay? Let's get into this.
On all of this for passengers, we've been hearing countless tales of people being £2,000-3,000 out of pocket, frantically looking for other options to try and get to their final destinations. All the while, hotels around this area have been hiking their prices as well, which has been part of a miserable fallout of today's chaos. Let's have a chat now.
That is trash, guys. No. Let's have a conversation real quick to all you hotels out here. Okay? There's a global IT outage going on out here in these streets. You don't hike your hotel prices just because there's people that are trying to seek shelter. The hell is wrong with you? Shame on you for trying to stack up on some bread on this. See, this is what I hate about greed. Okay? That's the one thing I hate about greed. You got thousands of people that are literally grounded that want to find shelter, a place to hang their hat for the night, and you're gonna jack up prices? You wrong for that, guys. You wrong for that. Okay? This is a global problem. Prices should not be going up. Man, greed is so ridiculous, y'all. But like I said, there's families, there's kids. We talk about the kids, man. We talking about the kids. The hell's wrong with y'all? How dare you? I'm going to say it. I don't care. How dare you? Karina, thank you so much. Opus number 1 is the title of the song. That's my jam. Oh, Opus number 1. Okay. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to have to look it up because I got to have it playing somewhere at some point just for fun. But still, hotels, something wrong with y'all. All right. I said it. How dare you? That's really messed up.
Effect. Tom, tell us about your story today.
Yeah, I arrived at bus maybe 2 hours ago, and then I got the message, WhatsApp, no, it was an email. It said, okay, your flight is cancelled. There's nothing we can do. I can't go to my app. The app was broken. It said, okay, there's a technical issue with a third-party company. I don't know the name, but nothing worked. You can't change your flight. You can't get a refund. And then maybe 30 minutes ago, the app started working again. I changed my flight. I think I had to chat with other passengers, and I think I'm the only one who worked. It worked with me, but not with the other ones.
So you've managed to get a new flight. When is that? Is that going to be today, tomorrow?
It's tomorrow, 9 a.m. So
what happens in terms of your hotel, or what you're going to do now?
There's no hotel. I changed the bookings, everything. I think the cheapest hotel is about 400 pounds, and it's maybe 5 miles away. So there is no chance. We have to sleep here.
You're going to be sleeping on the airport floor tonight.
Wow. Hold on. I don't know the currency, so I'm looking this up real quick. Let us find out. That's $516 American US dollars. 500. I just put it in Google. $516.88. Just so you can stay one night in a hotel. Shame on those hotels. Shame on them.
But is the main priority you just getting on another flight potentially tomorrow and just getting home? Is that right?
Yeah, just go away and
How would you sum up how this experience has been?
I mean, I think it's the worst case for every traveler. I mean, I have a 5-day camping trip behind me. There's my stuff. Everything is wet and you see. I just want to go home, and this is maybe the worst case that can happen. So.
Okay, good luck, Tom. Thanks very much indeed for your time on Sky News. Similar story everywhere you look here in this airport. Same story in many airports across the UK, across the world, as the full impact is felt of this major global IT chaos.
Yeah, so tough is.
Let's see if he asks more.
Just trying to get away. Connor, thank you very much, Connor, there in Edinburgh for us. Well, many retailers have reported issues with taking digital payments, and banks and the London Stock Exchange have also been disrupted. Let's speak to our business presenter, Ian King. Ian, so many different sectors have had trouble today. Which have been the hardest hit?
I think probably aviation, Jonathan. If you look at the overall sweep of the outages around the world, obviously this began in the middle of the night our time, but Asia Pacific was certainly open and financial markets were open. There's talk of some losses being incurred by customers of brokerages, particularly in countries like India. But I think the main quantum of disruption has really been in aviation. You saw airports like Changi in Singapore and Narita in Tokyo, across to Dubai in the Middle East, all being affected. And then obviously in Europe, you've had widespread havoc being created, particularly airports such as Schiphol in Amsterdam and Berlin in Germany. And of course, in the United States, the main aviation regulator there, the FAA, was very, very quick to tell the three biggest carriers in the country, United, Delta and American Airlines, that they all had to grind their flights. So those services have now been resumed. I think more broadly.
Okay. Some flights have been moving forward.
This is going to raise all sorts of questions about the future of the provision of IT services. CrowdStrike, interestingly, is what's known as an endpoint protection provider. And that really is involved in catering for protection for physical devices such as computers, laptops, mobile phones and so forth, when they are linked to a network remotely, and in particular when those services are provided by the cloud, which is what CrowdStrike seeks to do. A lot of other cybersecurity providers will provide software that's fitted into a network provider's own back-end servers. So it's a different way of providing the services, and it's evolved over the years as well. Initially, it was simply antivirus protection, but the founder, George Kurtz, decided over time that there were a whole panoply of other services that needed to be provided, and in different ways of doing so. Data protection in the age of the cloud being a key one, threat detection being another. So the way that the industry has evolved has been absolutely fascinating. And CrowdStrike itself, a real darling of the stock market of Wall Street. The share price has risen by 96% since the beginning of the year. It was seen as a company with explosive growth prospects, and particularly, as I say, in endpoint protection, where it has 24% of the market. Now, this, of course, only affected those customers who were having the services provided via Microsoft, as CrowdStrike itself said. This doesn't affect you if you were using other platforms such as Mac or Linux, but nonetheless, widespread ramifications. In particular, I think there will be questions asked in days and weeks about the importance and the strength of the big IT companies, and the fact that the UK's infrastructure, the world's infrastructure, IT infrastructure, is really dominated by a handful of big tech companies. Now, in the last few moments, Jonathan, I can tell you, Mr. Kurtz, the founder and chief executive of CrowdStrike, has put up another tweet on social media here. Let me read this out to you.
Here we go.
Literally just dropped. He says, "Today was not a security or cyber incident. Our customers remain fully protected. We understand the gravity of the situation and are deeply sorry for the inconvenience and disruption. We are working with all impacted customers to ensure that systems are back and that they can operate." So that's in the last few moments that
George Kurtz, and he put out that tweet allegedly a little bit ago, because this is not entirely live, but still he's sitting there going, okay, once again, guys, it's not a cyber attack. Just so you guys know, it's not a cyber attack. We're doing everything we can to fix this. Okay, just so you know, it's not a cyber attack. We made a mistake. We made a mistake. We made a mistake. It's not a cyber attack. Well, it's already too late because everybody's going to want to know. Everyone's going to be speculating and putting in their own thoughts on if this was a cyber attack or not. It's crazy to me to think that this even happened. You got a multi-billion-dollar industry, a multi-billion-dollar company like CrowdStrike, right? That gets attacked, okay, or CrowdStrike, I'm sorry, that gets attacked like this, or not attacked, but that they slip this thing out like this. They put out an update that shuts down everything and inconveniences so many people, so many lives have been inconvenienced, and at the same time, put in dire straits. Because you got to remember, there are facilities, medical facilities, like hospitals and whatnot, that use that program or use their computers to find out what type of medication John Smith needs in room 1213, right? And if they can't access that, that's a big problem. Okay? This is a big problem, more than just planes being able to get out there and drop people off in their respective homes and their respective final destinations. This is bigger than that, right? This is a huge problem. And I know some people are saying, hey, this is not an accident. This was a deliberate act. I don't know about that. But it is interesting that something like this would slip through the cracks in the way that it did. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's a big mistake. That's a big mistake. And I don't know. How do they come back from this? Next question is, what's the livelihood, right? What's the future? What does the future hold for CrowdStrike? Are they going to be tossed aside after this big mistake? Or are these companies going to sit there and go, it's okay. That was one mistake. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. It was one time. It was one time. We're going to give you another chance. Or are they going to say, nah, there's the door. You know, we decided to go a different route this time around. We appreciate your efforts and your energy. And I'd be remiss to not mention all the great things you guys have provided for us. But unfortunately, what happened here cannot ever happen again and should not even have happened before. So unfortunately, we have to terminate our contracts with you because of this kerfuffle. And it's quite a big kerfuffle. We can agree on that, right? And we appreciate the drinks and hanging out and, you know, rubbing elbows. You know, that time in Tokyo was a good time. Was a good time. Absolutely. Sushi. Amazing. But unfortunately, we got to let you go. We'll never forget the times that we had, though. Thank you so much for holding it down. But we're going to go a different route this time. Is that what's going to happen to CrowdStrike? Because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of companies that are going to do that because they're going to be like, we don't need this happening ever again. Again, still the question, is this a massive mistake? Or was this on purpose? I'll leave that question up to you guys. Okay? Let's be real. Now, let me end this poll really quick. 800 votes, 804 votes. 94% of y'all say you appreciate, okay? You want more coverage like this. Okay, then you gonna get it. You gonna get more coverage like this for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're still going to talk about the true crime stuff as well, because there's a lot of that going on. And trust me, I'm going to try to find ways to implement these things in the best way possible so that there's a nice balance. Okay. But I appreciate you giving me your thoughts, but it was by a landslide. You guys appreciate this type of coverage. So therefore, you're going to get more coverage like this. But like I said, we're still going to be covering true crime cases, missing person cases, and all that. Trust and believe. But there are a lot of things that are going on in the world right now that we need to talk about. And I'm sure if you guys appreciate my commentary on stuff like this and the things that have been going on with the Trump rally tragedy, then I will make sure that we get more coverage like this on the show from this point on. But That is the show, guys. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Really does mean a lot. You guys are incredible. I appreciate all your energy. Okay, even all you new subscribers and all that, welcome to the family, welcome to the discussion, and I look forward to having more discussions with you guys very, very soon. I do have some pop-up videos coming to you guys today, so be on the lookout for that. If there's any other updates or any other breaking news stories that are going to be happening throughout the day, we will most likely talk about it as a family. We will come together and chop it up for sure. Okay, so please do me a favor, okay? Hit that like button down below. Crush it. Do what it do. That'd be greatly appreciated. Crush that like button down below. Hit that reaction button as well. All right. And hold on. I got a super chat. Let me grab this really quick. Karina, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I want all the current news from Pascal show. Oh, thank you so much. Hey, you'll be getting it. Okay. You will be getting it. Trust and believe, but please hit that like button down below. Hit it. That'll be amazing. Crush that subscribe button. All right. Hit me up on that follow button over on my other social media platforms like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Please do that for me right now. Of course, do not forget to go over to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Go hit that subscribe button over there. And then on this channel, sorry, but let's not forget to hit that notification bell if you haven't done that yet. Set it to all so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload, because let's be real, it be random. And a lot of times it has to do with breaking, if something's breaking right then and there, okay? So please go and hit that notification bell, all right? Of course, check out that join button down below, become a member, support if you can. And of course, go to my Patreon if you want to support even further. Patreon.com/The Pascal Show. It's right there on the ticker down below, going across the screen as we speak. It's been one hell of a Friday morning. We got some new updates coming to you about the Trump rally tragedy. Be on the lookout for that. That'll be coming to you guys in just a short while. We got so many things to talk about. There's so many things going on. So be on the lookout for it, okay? Like I said, we ain't done talking about true crime. We are still talking about those things as well. We will talk. We got some updates on some stories and cases as well. Anyway, guys, it is time to get going. Much love to every single last one, y'all. If I don't see you guys are off vacaying. Well, one, sorry if you're sitting in an airport right now waiting. Just calm, stay calm, okay? Everything's gonna be all right. But for those of y'all who are not and doing a staycay or whatever, enjoying the weekend, have a great weekend. Y'all deserve it. It's been one hell of a week. Like I said, it was all good just a week ago, and then now it's just hit the fan hard. Okay? But anyway, guys, it is time to get going. Much love to you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.